Hello, monsters abound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, Mortal Empires, and part 14 of my Von Carstein playthrough. This, of course, is the Patreon weekly campaign, which means that Patreon supporters get early access to it. And if you would like to catch up, if you're not a Patreon supporter and you'd like to catch up, then you can go along to my Patreon page, which you'll find a link for in the description, and sign up for, I think, the princely sum of $1.50 or a pound. I think I basically put it at £1 and then it changes the currency to whatever the local currency is. It's not very expensive. I thought that's about right, and you'll be able to catch up and also vote in the polls, because of course every episode we try to have a poll. I try to have one. I try to make it fairly interesting. It depends what's happening in the campaign. Sometimes some episodes are better than others, but last time it was, what are we actually going to do? Because currently we've kind of cut the Empire in half, and they've kind of got two main recruitment grounds. They've got Piffeldorf down here, and they've probably got Hairgig up here, I would imagine. Do they have Hairgig? Yes. So because they've got this, they're using that to pump out those advanced units. If we can knock those settlements out, basically the Empire's screwed. They can throw state troops at us and that's about it. And at that point, they're basically fucked. So, with that in mind, I'll be honest, I opened up this, because of course this is weekly, so I only play it every week, and I opened this up and, you know that scene where Gandalf is like, I have no recollection of this place. That's pretty, I was like, I'm laying siege to the moot, am I? Really? Is that what I'm doing?
Blood
Apparently so.
and destruction.
Are we doing this? I mean, I guess we're going to have to, aren't we? Vlad, he's at rank 13. Is that auspicious? I think it's probably fine against Wulfric Stein. And they do have some nasty units, but then so do we. So I think this should be, this will be great. Can Vlad Daddy pull it off? I mean, he's got the army. It's not the best army, but it's, you know, not bad. On our flanks, we've got a lot of cavalry. We're going to have to deal with those Demigryph Knights, who are quite nasty. Little breath there from the Terrorgeist, not doing an awful lot of damage, and that Luminarch is going to not fire. It wound up and then failed to go off. You can get pills for that. That mostly missed. Okay, that Hellstorm rocket battery managed to mostly kill their own men, which I'm totally 100% for. In come the Grave Guards fighting the Great Swords. Who's better? The Great Swords, I think. Well, you guys have actually more damage, but you've got more armor, so it kind of depends. That Luminarch is still shooting. I guess it's not in melee yet. That's annoying. Our cavalry have mobbed the Demigryphs, just literally just surrounding them and trying to pick them off. We're taking a little bit of missile fire over here, which is a bit of a problem. We're going to try and deal with that. Over the other flank, a similar story as the Hex Race mop up the Demigryphs after the Black Knights charged them. Basically, they took the charge and then the Hex Race swept in and started chewing them up. They're terrified, and victory is already in our grasp. Look at that. Our Cairn Race dealing with those spearmen. They are a bit of a weird unit, but they will just... They're probably better as flankers rather than like a front-line force, but they do okay. Vargeist chewing up any missile unit that's foolish enough to flee in the opposite direction. And our cavalry are now free to start mopping up these missile units. As well as, of course, get into the rear of the infantry. Now, we have taken a little bit of damage. You can see the Cryptorers there taking quite a chunk of damage. The Grave Guard seeing off the swordsman fairly easily. But this Vargolf is being poked to death, which he is not liking. Cavalry sweeping in to help. There's not much left of the Empire army now. They're mostly just scattered survivors. And there's the enemy general there, still fighting on, but his men, well, they're losing their heads. Literally. Army loss is taking effect. You can see them dashing off into the distance there. They're not going to get very far, though, because we've got a lot of cavalry. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It was a Pyrrhic victory. But then I think that we're always going to lose a lot of stuff anyway because, you know, I'm dead. Who cares? Now, you know what? I want the money. You know what? I'm going to take the I'm going to take the cash. I'm going to take the... I didn't... Maybe I shouldn't, but I'm doing it. We've amassed a big 10k, and then we've hosted a big old party. It's nice, isn't it? So that's good. What's next? We need to have 3 of the following units: Vargeist, Devler, Schwarzhafen in Vlad's army. With a power base established and much of the Sylvania back in his thrall, Vlad can restore the Carstein ring to its former power. For this, he will need Warpstone, a material craved by other noisome races and dark magic users alike. Vlad is aware of a Warpstone seen deep in the desolation of Gash. A chunk of Morsleb fell from the sky and struck the area many years back, scattering the area in the chaos-infused rock. Assuming it hasn't already been mined to exhaustion, there will be much more than enough for Vlad's needs. An expedition across the World's Edge Mountains is needed to collect the Warpstone, one that Vlad plans on leading himself. To bolster this force, he summons his von Carstein sires from the catacombs, those who have been locked and left to rot within their coffins.
The von Carstein.
Fun.
I know my path.
Good. Yes, that one. Right, now we can recruit more here, so we're going to do that. You know what? Do I want a Font of Nightmares? I mean, as questions go, I wouldn't necessarily go, what do I think this... Like, say I was on... What's that program where they... Grand Designs, that's the one with the bald bloke. And he's like, he comes along and he says, Jim here is trying to build a skyscraper with a budget of £50 in 3 weeks. Will he manage to do it? And then he comes back after and goes, well, it was an ambitious build. Jim, do you think you've managed to do it? And Jim's there with like a big hole in the ground and like one stick, and he's like, well, it was a little bit more ambitious than I thought. Right, so that's basically one thing. At any point in a grand design, so someone go, well, what I'm planning in this room is a Font of Nightmares. I don't think that's ever happened, with good reason as well, because you generally probably don't want a Font of Nightmares in your abode, apart from, well, unless you're Vlad, of course, I guess, and then you go, fuck it, let's get a Font of Nightmares. Fuck it, why not? Font me up, baby. Now, I realised that I hadn't said what the poll was before I went into that battle. So basically, Emma is going to go north. She's going to take out Hergig, and Isabella is going to come south and knock out Piffeldorf. Now, that does mean that they are going to be on their own, because Vlad is going to be needed here to defend against any potential dwarf incursion. So there is that to deal with as well. So lots going on, lots to deal with, lots to think about. But I'm sure we'll be fine. So, Izzy, you did move last time, didn't you? Your army is looking pretty okay. Is that good? It's looking pretty okay. It looks like an army. Good stuff. Okay, let's go Occam's Mind Razor just for shits and giggles. Altdorf is getting more defences, which is fine. We will have... Alright, Ubersreich will be defended in 2 turns, which I kind of like. We have defences here as well, which is great. We can get the Blood Keep. That's an option. So we've got a nice little defensive position here. This isn't looking too bad. We do need to take out Ostland. Also, apparently Karak-Kern have rocked up. Is it wrong that I because it's not like a major dwarf faction, is it? Yeah, I can see that flag, and I instantly go, my brain goes, it's Karak-Kern. I may not be able to work out what 4/5 is, but I could definitely notice a dwarf flag. That's knowledge that is going to come in useful day to day. Anywho, so
Your wish, master.
Is for you to... What do? You boost income. Okay, do you want to come down here then? Because we don't currently... what's his face? Got stabbed, didn't he? Did he get stabbed? Wait, who are you?
Expand Sylvania's borders.
Oh. Oh. Yes. Okay, yes. We need you over here, don't we?
Dance macabre.
Problem is when I recruit vampires here, they hide in the city and I can't see them. Never mind. Okay. I also need to do Isabella's quest at some point. Oh, good. More Empire to deal with. Never mind. That's okay. We need to take out Piffle. What was that one? What was that one? Bond of Bone? Was that what I got? Okay, good. Let us get distribute grave gifts. Let's do something like that. I would like to take Eelheart, but I think we're going to have defences here in 2 turns. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to lay a little ambush here just to see if we can lure in. I don't think there's anyone nearby that's going to want to come and have a go, but I don't want to leave it and then let it get knocked out with 1 turn left on the build. I think that would be a pain in the arse. Okay, you can be, I guess, the thing. Sure. Let's go with that. Do I want to do... Is there... There might be... No, I can see there. There's no army there. Do I just leave it? It only needs 1 turn. Fuck it. Fuck it, we're doing it. No. Fine. It'll be fine. It will be absolutely fine. No one panic. That's a little bit played. That's okay. Good.
Vlad von Carstein.
Fuck's sake.
The world will drown in
God damn it.
blood.
God fucking damn it. Okay, there's Balthazar Guild. That's a bit of an issue.
King of darkness.
What can we do about that?
Darkness comes.
I don't want to bring Emma down, but I might need her. That army looks nasty.
Absolutely not. I thirst.
I don't think we can deal with that army.
Who wishes the red kiss?
I don't think we can deal with that army.
I thirst.
Okay, a small detour for Emma, just because
Lord of the dead.
I think we're going to need it. I'm also going to bring Vlad over here. The idea being that we can get him
Very well.
and maybe draw them in to attack us. If we could do that, that would be nice.
I refuse.
I think you can probably reach.
Stand
I
Sylvania's
think you can
borders.
probably reach us from there. We need to deal with him because otherwise, yeah, it looks like he took Alphaheim and then moved into the Moot. So we can knock out. I don't think the Empire has many more armies. Famous last words. Famous last words. What was I going to build here? Did I have a plan? Did I have a plan? Was I going to do something? I feel like I was going to do something. Was I going to build the armory, that one, or have I built that? I have not. But it's too expensive. I think I was going to build that so we could get the Graveguard with great weapons. Was that what I was going to do? I think it was. I think it was. Okay, good. We'll do that then. Don't have quite enough money to do anything, but I'm. If we can just get Vlad a little bit. Oh, you don't have. Okay, we could get you the Sternsman. Let's do that. And do we have the money to recruit any of these? So I could get the Chillgeists. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of these Skeleton Warriors because they're trash. And we'll get you.
I hunt.
I am invincible.
Okay, pretty happy with that. It would be fucking Volkmar, wouldn't it? It fucking would be Volkmar. Oh well, at least we managed to lure Balthazar into our ambush. So that's something. Sweeping into the rear of the enemy column where all those demigryphs are. And once we've got them locked into combat, in comes the Hex Race and the Chillgeists, and of course the Blood Knights sweeping in there to take out that rear guard, including those Luminarchs and the Hellstorm Rocket Battery, taking a little bit of magic damage there as Balthazar tries to assist his rear guard. The front of the army have now engaged our infantry, basically allowing our cavalry to mop up the rear, the nastier units, before they can then sweep in to help with the infantry. A little Wind of Death is going to mulch those great swords, doing a huge amount of damage to that big blob there, and forcing a lot of them to start falling back. Some great swords actually managed to pull back away from the fight and have engaged our cavalry, which is less than ideal, but most of those demigriffs have been now mopped up. Look at that, a lot of dead demigriffs lying there. Also some Black Knights, but to be honest, the Black Knights were fairly sacrificial. I wasn't too worried about what was going to happen to them. Having dealt with the nastier units, basically it's mop-up time. I thought Vlad would need Emma's help, but Emma's army is so far away, they're not going to arrive in time, even to help the cleanup operation. Hexwraiths and Chill Guys just chasing down these missile units. They're desperately trying to get away, but they're just not fast enough. Meanwhile, the Great Swords finally just overrun by sheer weight of numbers. Horrific monstrosities and undead skeletons everywhere. Yeah, Emma's army a little bit late to the party. You know what? Fair play, Vlad. I didn't believe you could do it. You proved me wrong. Fair play. Good job, lad. Good. Bloody good work. That is another army. Oh wait, you guys confederated, didn't you? Oh, good. There's even more of the bastards now. At least that's my buffer zone, so I don't really care what happens to it. But still, oh god, there's another fucking stack up there. Oh. It's the problem with the Empire. Just when you think you kind of got them where you want them, suddenly it's like, oh no, I'm going to confederate with this other Empire faction. And oh no, I've got 3 more armies. Oh well, Vlad at least has Metal Storm. But I'm going to need Vlad up there now, aren't I? Okay. Okay. A vampire with injured maze. Needlessly, oh fuck it, take a lance, I don't care. No, Dolph's back. God for that. Dolph, you do that. Yes, we've been sacked. Yes, I know. Uber's right. Alright, well, fuck you. All on the jets. That's quite good. That is quite good. Dolly is going to be immortal. I mean, she is anyway, but what a lady. You know what, Vlad? The honour's all yours. Oh, apparently it's like Carl's taken over. That's unfortunate for him. That is very unfortunate for him. I want the cat. I'm going to take that, I think.
Bring them death.
Alright, yeah, just take them both.
In darkness.
Holy balls. I mean, that was... I mean, Vlad's... You know, I'd take it all back, buddy. I shouldn't have doubted you at any point.
Who wishes the red kiss?
Can I...
Deliver your missive and then get from my presence.
I might need to peace out with, unless I just kill you. Unless I just kill you. It's going to be quite difficult, though.
I'll ignore that.
Plus, we've got yet another stack of shit over here. Look at this. Okay, well, again, I'm not too bothered about any of that. It's just riddled with vampire corruption, just to make their life awkward, basically. That's all I care about. And we just I need to take out Piffeldorf. I think we just need to ignore Wissenberg and Dottenbach and basically just head for... If we can knock out Piffeldorf, then that's one less recruitment base for them. I mean, now that they've got Batchafen as well, it does make my life significantly harder, but I can at least try and push them back.
The von Carstein.
Alright, Vlad. You did good work. I'll be honest. Bloody good work. So we're going to get that. You know what? I'm tempted to go more attack for the Hexwraiths just because I like them so much. What is your actual trait? Is it just Vanguard deployment? Yeah. Okay. Okay, because I kind of just like my Hexwraiths. You know, it's just my bag, baby. It's just my bag. Okay, we can get rid of the skeleton doobries.
Of darkness.
And I'm going to get the Croning, because they're just better skeletons, basically. We also almost lost one of our guys, or Vargolfs, but that's fine. He'll be okay. Money-wise, we're looking okay. Father Dougal has ranked up. We're going to give him a... Oh, okay. Do I want to get one of those? Yeah. No. No, you know what? No, because that's not... That just reduces magic stuff, doesn't it? And the AI never brings magic stuff. So I'm just going to get more Winds of Magic. There we go. That's what we're doing. You know what? I really would like more money. That would be something that would be pretty bloody great. I'm not going to upgrade that because I don't know where these other armies are. You know what? I don't care at this point. I very much do not give a shit. The only slight issue might be the public order is actually not too bad. So that's fine. Ginger Spice. You can get Occam's Mind Raise. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Bow!
Let's do that. You can't recruit because you marched, but we should have the Font of Nightmares in 2 turns. I'm not going to upgrade anything there because we're going to lose it all.
I'm Vlad von Carstein. Choose thy words with care.
Hello. Oh, God, yes, I'll take... Yes. I'll take that. Oh, for fuck's sake, look at this. Look at this bullshit. I mean, I did say we were about to lose it, didn't I? I wasn't wrong. Okay, more armour and stuff for those guys. Don't really care about that. Imminent Rebellion at Ostermark, which is, I'm going to be honest, actually not a major issue for me. Because that's just going to spawn a rebellion, which is going to cause problems for the Empire, so...
Unstoppable.
I'm thinking that we probably...
I thirst.
need to not... Because there's a large Empire attack coming from the north, and that's a bit of a problem. So what we're going to do down here is we're actually just going to... The problem is we're going to take attrition damage, aren't we? Are we? Or is this... Oh no, Vampiric Corruption is super high. We're just going to go straight for Piffeldorf. Does it have a garrison? Nope. Does not. Good times. Right, so we're going to take Piffeldorf. Once that's taken, then we're going to take Averheim as well, just in case there's there's not much there anyway, so they can't not really using that as a recruitment base. I don't like you standing around here, but I can't really do much about it at the moment because I've got other things to be worrying about, haven't I? Okay, let's take Krugenheim. Banner of Swiftness can go on you. And I'm going to occupy that. Now, what do we have here? Anything good? Nope, garbage. Right.
On Death Ascendant.
Just garbage. Oh, we do have, is it Hive Mind? Reduces the construction cost of Vampire Lair by 50%, which is huge, so we're going to grab that. Does mean having her in the right province at the right time, but that could be freaking major. Because those vampire crypts are very expensive.
Sylvania's borders.
I mean, it's the problem with vampires. It's all marble this and gold lined that, and you're like, guys, just look, just whack it up, right? Some wood, some, you know, just a bit of but PDF. No, that's the file format. The really thin wood, that shit. Slap some of that stuff up. It'll be fine, right? You can have a nice crypt in there. Yes, admittedly, the sun might get through, and it doesn't have quite the gravitas, but, you know, we're kind of under attack in all directions here, and I really could use a little bit of help. So, increased mobility is useful, so let's grab that one. And research, we're going to get upkeep reduction for Skellingtons. And Grunberg, I do not care about, because we're probably going to lose it.
I thirst.
I mean, at least it's a rebellion. Okay, well, at least we did that. That's good. Settlement besieged, yes, because we are under siege.
Not likely.
Over here, that's quite nasty. Fortunately, of course, Vlad can Vanguard deploy, which makes their artillery significantly less of a threat. With that in mind, shall we get rid of these Black Knights? And we'll pick up the Verix Reavers. Let's do something like that. We constructed the Font of Nightmares, which is good. Damage the walls there. And, yep, Karen has screamed the walls down, literally. Like, legitimately, that's what she's done. Which means we can go and capture Piffeldorf. Okay. Excellent. Now we're going to build defences there. And it's interesting to see the greenskins here.
To no bloodsucker with his weird eyes. You'll try and get me head.
They're quite strong. I'm wondering if we can get them. What about a non-aggression pact?
No way.
Not yet, but he does like the bad things we're doing to the Empire. So, given enough time, and plus that he's unlikely to, I mean, I say unlikely to declare war on us. He's not as likely to declare war on us. I wish I had Emma down here, never mind. And that means that our southern border is somewhat secure-ish, a little bit. We could take Fort Sol, and that would just, like, cement it. But we should be fairly safe down here, I think. So we can go and grab Weisenberg and Dottenbach and Averheim, Steingart. Grab all of those using... I mean, Altdorf is...
This is Bretonia. I am its king. For the lady's sakes.
Okay, yeah, shut up. Right, I think Altdorf should be fine. It's got big defences there. Ideally, I'd like an army there just to kind of like keep a cap on that, but we're going to have to make do, I think.
Yes.
As much as I... Alright, Vlad's... Yes. Oh, look, good. Okay, well, not yet. Give it a chance. We're just going to go over here and... Oh, you ran away. Oh. How naughty. So...
Into darkness. They will.
I could see if I could get an ambush on him, because he might come back. And if he does, then we can... That would be better, wouldn't it?
Who wishes
There is another army around here somewhere. That is a slight concern. How brave do I feel? Okay, I'm feeling brave. I'm feeling brave. Right, we're going to come up here.
Darkness comes.
Indeed. Ugh.
Yes, my sire.
Ugh, there's an army there. Is there a garrison as well? No, there isn't. Okay. That might be fine. I'm a little bit concerned about this, but this is good. We've taken Piffeldorf, which has knocked out some of their recruitment buildings, which makes life easier for me. That's mostly what I'm interested in, just making life easier for me. It's going to take a little while to capture all these, though, and it does leave us a little bit defenseless over here. I would like to potentially get another lord, but we can't really afford it at the moment. Not yet, anyway. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. Not going to worry about that. Not really going to worry about that. Oh, I decided to jump Emma. That's not good. That's a lot of stuff. I'm going to pull back. Are we out of range? I think we are. Okay, I can deal with one army. Probably not two. Okay, Vlad was spotted, but they didn't attack. What, did they just run past? I think they just ran past. Okay, there is another army here as well.
No.
Okay, we've got a bunch of potential issues here, but first things first, let us Steingarts. Let's grab Steingarts.
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Can we... Yeah, good. Okay, Karen, can you come over here and knock the walls down, please? Karen!
Death and destruction.
One fucking job. One fucking job. Scream down the walls. What did you do? It wasn't screaming down the walls, was it? Okay.
Undeath Ascendant.
I think this is fine because he won't... I mean, at worst he'll take Krugenheim. I don't care. So, let us hit Eastern over here. Now, these guys are going to be tired, and plus we can Vanguard deploy on top of them. So, that should be... It doesn't like our chances, but I've doubted Vlad in the past, and I'm not going to do it again. Vlad, once again, jumping the enemy army before they get any chance to really respond. Sweeping out of the forests.
As long as we draw breath, they will die.
Our cavalry flanking around and trying to knock out these crossbowmen. They've got actually quite a few missile units here, and that's going to be a little problematic for us. Most of the infantry is now blobbed up over here fighting our infantry, and this looks like a fairly good angle for a little wind of death. I think that's going to... Yep, that did fairly well. Just sort of like shave the front line off. Quite a lot of missile units hanging back here, engaging the Cairn Wraiths. But our cavalry is swiftly moving up to engage, hitting those crossbows. And you can see the Chillgeists moving in to surround this little blob of swordsmen. The Auto-Resolve was quite nasty about this battle, and frankly I think it might have actually just decided I'd lose. However, I had faith. I had faith in Vlad, and I think that faith has been rewarded as we basically just roll up the Empire line. We've killed pretty much all the infantry. There's a little blob over here still fighting the Cairn Race, but the Vargeists coming down to help out with that. And now it's just a case of hunting down all these fleeing missile units that are just trying to run into the forests. They're trying to get away. But we've just got a lot of stuff chasing after them. There's the Blood Knights there. Getting some... you know what? The Blood Knights are fine, but I just... Something about the Chillgeist that just... I don't know. It just... I love my Hex Wraiths and my Chillgeists. So our Black Knights also coming in to help out. Mopping up that infantry. And still quite a lot of the army fleeing off into the forest that we need to hunt down. The rest of it is being driven off. There's a few sort of like scattered units still fighting on our far left flank, but otherwise it's just a case of mopping up these fleeing units who are desperately trying to just get a little bit of distance, including these war wagons. Now, it's not a good idea for war wagons to be fighting in melee. Definitely not against anti-armor and anti-large units such as the Hex Wraiths and the Blood Knights. And of course, once they're in combat, they can't really fire their mortars. I mean, the crew doesn't look particularly worried about it, though, do they? They seem fine. But army losses... I'm hoping army losses should take effect. I'm surprised they haven't already, to be honest, because the enemy army has been completely decimated. I know that means 10%, but the meaning of the word has changed. And as such, I'm a little bit surprised that they haven't already broken. But it's just a matter of time. Well, you can try. Okay, 1 down, 2 to go. God, I can't even remember. Right, sack that. Scroll of Blast. Not bad.
The von Carstein.
We'll scamper back here, get a little bit of replenishment. Vlad has ranked up yet again, which is very, very useful. I just like my ghosty boys. What can I say? Something about them. They got spirit. Because they're ghosts. Good. Okay, now we don't have Vanguard deployment here, which is a bit of a problem.
Sylvania's borders.
Sigma for
Because dealing with all that artillery is a pain in the ass. So maybe what I'm going to do is actually pull back.
Marching.
And then maybe try and do a little ambush, because then if they want to come and take Krugenheim, they're going to have to come through me to do it. And with any luck, blunder straight into my ambush. Dolph, come over here. You just boost money. That's what you do. We've got the vampire crypt, haven't we? Yes, we do. I could get the Bale... because that would spread vampiric corruption, wouldn't it? That would spread it up here. Which is going to make that horrible... that the Empire's going to struggle to keep that. They're going to have to maintain a garrison there or basically just get rebellions. So I think that's actually a pretty good... I could get defences here. That's not the worst. Sure, but I... Is there anywhere else we can get money buildings? Because that's would okay, yes. If we bring Emma down here, though...
Yes?
That would cost less. So, I'm going to be a cheapskate and just get the Forbidden Library. I say a cheapskate, it's the same price. It just, I think I can get money off building the vampire crypts. Cut some corners, you know. Get some real cowboy builders in.
Grave news, my lord. Word is spreading across the land of a dark power rising in the northern wastes. The armies of chaos are on the move.
Hang on, is that Queek down there? No, shut up you.
Well.
Yeah, whatever, go on, go back to hell wherever you spawned from. I don't know. Attributes, growth, so be it, growth. Okay, just a little chaos art, because this is before the patch. Did I just see Queek in the mountains over here? I'm sure there was like a bunch of dwarves fighting Skaven. Huh. Oh, Isabella was assaulted. So was Emma. Alright, no biggie. Right, you're all dead. We'll take that. Karen's going to stab... not that guy. Never mind. Not a big deal. We're fine. Dolly is going to spread corruption. Okay, how much damage did we take? Okay. Fuck all, basically. Okay, you're coming down there. I'm going to...
Moving!
Skedaddle... Yeah, okay, let's do something like that. They might try and come back. They're taking vampiric attrition.
Yes. Vlad! Annihilate them.
I'm just going to use this to level up Vlad, I think.
In my own time. What? I knew the way.
Because we can just basically just keep doing that. Leveling him up. Which would be good. Get some Occam's Mind Razor there. Let's just keep sacking that. Hopefully you'll catch them. And if we can take... Right, so Nullen... If we can take Wissenbach and Dockenbach, take Averheim and the Moot, then that's secured our southern border, basically. Because to the south... I mean, we do have the dwarves to the south of us, but I think the Empire's finishing them off. Now, the only other place they could potentially is Fort Sol. I could take Fort Sol. That would then potentially... I mean, there's Festus Spike as well. Okay, we've got research. Let us get... Master of the Swarm? Nah. I mean, none of that's particularly... I don't have many of... I mean, I do... Okay, let's get the Incantation of Ursharan. Weapon strength, not really. Okay, this is fine. So basically we can have free skeletons. Now, I've got max level defences at Altdorf. However, the defences are not... Because obviously with that, with the undead, the defences are not particularly great. So I really could use another kind of like army in there, potentially. But that would... It would cost me everything and then something. What did it cost you? Everything. And a little bit more, so I kept losing upkeep every turn. which is a bit shit, but never mind. We do want growth. What do we have going on here? Do we have growth? We do have growth. I don't need vampire encryption here anymore. So I could get more tax and more tax. And you, I mean, could we upgrade you? It's been a little bit longer. Okay, well, we got those. Those two can now give us a little bit more money. It's not going to be a huge amount more money, but it's going to be something. It's going to be something, and that can only be good. Is there anything that's going to give us a little bit more? I mean, I kind of want the defences here just to be on the safe side, but I think we'll live without it. Let's just get a little bit more money, I think. I would like this, because spreading the... I mean, it looks like Vashnar has expanded. I really don't want him to declare what trade agreement? Is it? Could we not be BFFs? Who do you hate? You hate Clan Ferric. I mean, I could hate Clan Ferric as well. I don't like them very much. I mean, the only problem is they're probably here and within range of my settlement, so I don't really want to declare war on them. Okay. So, little bit of a hitch there with that Confederation force sweeping southward, but I think we've managed to basically knock that on the head. We've also managed to knock the armies in the south on the head as well, which means Izzy is basically going to have an easy time mopping up the settlements down here. However, that is going to take her a little bit of time. While that's happening, Vlad can level up, maybe try and push north in, what's this, Ostermark. And then Emma's going to have a bit of a tricky time dealing with these guys, although it would be said that this army has taken a lot of damage, so could we catch up with them? No. They're just out of range, which is a shame. But they're taking attrition damage, and as long as they're taking attrition damage, that's fine.
Speak. I will hear you now.
So,
My mood is dark.
well, Vlad just kicked the shit out of you, so I wouldn't be surprised. So to heal up, they'll have to head south into the moot, which means then they're within range of Izzy. So I think that's probably fine. I think this is okay. Also, we need to get Vlad some more Vargeists, don't we? That's something we need to do. Okay, so the poll. Do we get another army? Do we get an army to garrison Altdorf? We can just give them skeletons, and they'll be free. We can give them a whole stack of skeletons to hold, and that would mean that this... I mean, it won't be a great army, but it will be a lot of stuff, which is almost as good. So, are we going to get another army? And if so, what are we going to get? Are we going to get a von Carstein, a Necratch, a Blood Dragon? That's the three options. I'm guessing because I was like, surely we... No, we've just got Necratch. We've already got Lemian, so Sylvania, and we don't have a Strigoi. I mean, that ambush success chance would be nice. Especially against all those artillery. Okay, 2 polls. Should we get an army to garrison Altdorf? And if so, what should it be? Which bloodline? And also, should we pick up the first rank of Strigoi? Because that 20% ambush success chance could be quite useful. Because these Empire armies have a lot of artillery, and I don't like having to deal with those. And being able to just immediately jump them and kick the shit out of them does make life significantly easier. So are we going to do that? Guess we'll have to find out next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.